Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today I have another what's sold on Poshmark and eBay video for you guys today. And let me just say, even though I'm still just covering the months of May, because I am admittedly a little behind in filming these videos, man, the summer slowdown has definitely hit me. As you will see in my upcoming what's sold videos, things are pretty rough these days in terms of reselling. Granted, I'm a pretty horrible reseller in terms of being consistent, as I've talked about so many times on this channel. But hey, I'm still really enjoying it. Whatever spare time I do manage to get during any given week, I try to spend a little bit of it on reselling. So I hope it's been fun as I kind of take you along my very part-time reselling journey. So if you want to see everything that's sold during this 2-week stretch on Poshmark and eBay, definitely keep on watching. If you are new here, thanks so much for joining me. I am a full-time working mom. In my spare time, I love making these videos on fashion, beauty, mommy lifestyle, in addition to reselling as well, and also a little bit of luxury too. Everything I enjoy doing in my spare time, basically. So if these kind of things sounded all interesting, definitely keep on watching. Check out my other videos linked down below, and please of course consider hitting that subscribe button as well. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back for yet another video. Alright guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into my sales during this 2-week stretch, and I'm going to be covering the weeks of May 15th and May 22nd. So 2 full weeks of sales. As you will see in this video, I had pretty consistent sales. I will say no major blockbusters during this period, but pretty consistent, especially given that, as I've talked about so many times on previous What's Sold videos, I've been a very inconsistent reseller in 2022, largely because so many things are going on in my life now that the world is kind of opening up post-pandemic. You know, I definitely have spent a lot of time doing other things, and I just haven't had enough spare time to devote to reselling. Nonetheless, I'm still making pretty consistent sales that I'm super excited to share with you guys today. So if you are new to Poshmark and interested in making your very first purchase on the website, either in my closet or anyone else's, please consider using the referral code MODMOMMD. That's MODMOMMD. When you first log into Poshmark, put in that referral code and make a purchase anywhere on the site. You will save $10. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into my sales as I always do. I'm going to start with Poshmark. And I made a handful of sales during this 2-week period. Again, nothing super spectacular, but again, pretty consistent sellers. So I hope you'll be able to learn something from these. So the first sale that I made on Poshmark was this really cool pair of Campbell Rivera embroidered mules. It had a very small heel, as you can see here. And this particular sale, I did sell for a best offer of $30. Poshmark fee was $6, so my net earnings were $24. This was in a size 7. So I did source this via a ThredUp rescue shoebox. So I definitely find these little gems. I don't think this was one of the super amazing products in the box. So this kind of mid-tier type of shoe that you get in a random ThredUp box, you know, I'm pretty happy if I can sell it for 30 bucks like I did here. I think this style would have sold for more if it didn't have so much wear. So honestly, there's definitely wear, as you can see in this picture, but nonetheless, it got a decent amount of attention because I think it was a super cute style. It had 29 likes, as you may see here. So I was really happy to get the offer of $30. I thought that was a very reasonable offer on this shoe, so I was really happy to move it along. Alright, the next item that sold on Poshmark was this really cool pair of Miss Me jeans. It was a bootcut embellished jean. This was in a size 25. I did sell it for, I believe, best offer of $40. So my net earnings were $32 on this particular jean. And as you can see here, it had really cool embroidery on the back pocket, but this was not one of those super blinged out Miss Me jeans that I often come across. I think those blinged out versions can do a little bit better than this more kind of subdued type of version. But nonetheless, I think Miss Me is really well known for their embellished jeans, as you can see here. I used to love picking up Miss Me a lot more previously, but recently it's been sitting a little too long, such that I tend to leave it behind unless I see a super unique piece in great condition and for a good price. So it has to tick all of those boxes. If not, I tend to leave Miss Me behind these days in terms of jeans. So I was happy to sell this one for $40. I thought that was a really great sales price. The next item was kind of a fun one. It was this really cool boho type of skirt from Seven for All Mankind. It was called the Sunset Honolulu Denim Skirt, and it had these leather patches on the back pocket, as you can see here. This was in a size 25, and I did send an offers to likers for $36. My shipping discount was $1.72, so my earnings are $27.08. So for a skirt like this, I thought that was pretty darn good. I really love this style. I thought it was so cute. It's kind of a mini skirt with this really beautiful leather detail on the back pocket. I don't tend to source skirts, especially denim skirts. They really don't move for me for whatever reason. But this one I thought was just so unique. The brand was good, I thought, Seven for All Mankind, and it was just a really cool style, so I decided to pick it up. I was definitely happy with the sale. I thought it was a great sale. I did sit on this a little bit longer than I honestly thought I would, but nonetheless, happy I moved along. I would definitely pick up something like this in the future. It's just super unique and cool, I thought. All right, the next item that sold here was this pair of Soludos. It was a Mallorca linen espadrille wedge in a size 10. And this essentially had been unworn. I didn't list it as being brand new because I thrifted this, so I couldn't make that claim. But there was really no wear on the bottom of these shoes. It was a super cute style. I did accept a best offer of $65, so my earnings were $52 on these wedges. But most importantly, it sold super fast. It sold almost close to when I listed it. So it had a lot of interest. This was a little bit of an experiment for me. I believe that this is the first pair of Soludos I have sold so far. I've heard so much about this brand in terms of resale potential. So when I finally came across a great pair of shoes from Soludos, I just snatched them up. And this was just gorgeous. This was kind of a no-brainer pickup when I was out thrifting because it was a super cute, trendy style, perfect for this time of year in the warmer months, and it was a good brand. So anyway, I hope that the buyer really enjoyed this pair. I know that she said she was going to wear it to a special occasion, and I believe she did get it in time. So I was super happy about that. Really hope she enjoyed this pair. And Soludos is a brand that I'm definitely going to pick up going forward. The next item that sold was kind of a fun one. It was from the brand J. Renee. It was called the Coda Metallic Sculpted Heel Pumps. This was in a size 9. I did accept an offer of $30 for these shoes, and my net earnings were $24. So this pair of pumps was another ThredUp Rescue Box find, and as I've talked about before, I have not purchased ThredUp Rescue Boxes for well over a year now. I did go into a whole video as to why I'm upset with ThredUp for reselling. If you want to check it out, link down below. But I've stuck true to my word. I have not sourced anything from ThredUp since that video. I do have some extra shoes though that I still had in my closet from previous boxes, and this is one of them. So I honestly was not really familiar with this brand J. Renee, but I thought this pair of pumps was super unique. So you can't really tell too well in this picture maybe, but the heel was really sculpted. It had kind of a unique artistic type of sculpted feature to it, and it had this really fun kind of distressed metallic upper. So I thought it had some really cute details. I don't think this brand retails for a whole lot though, so I think the sales price was very reasonable. And the buyer ultimately also sent me a great note just saying how much she loved the shoes and gets so many compliments, so that made it even better. So I was really happy to move this along. It's an item that I've had for quite a bit, so I'm happy that it went to a good home. Alright, the next pair was from one of my bread and butter brands, Sam Edelman. It was called the Rami Wedge Sandals in a size 10. So I've sourced this exact sandal in different sizes a couple of times before. In general, I do really like to pick up Sam Edelman still because I think it's a great bread and butter brand. You know, a lot of people know and love this brand, and the sales prices are very reasonable at retail. So that's a problem because for reselling, it's definitely an item that won't necessarily command a huge resale price, but the thing is that because everyone loves this brand, it moves pretty quickly. So again, kind of a bread and butter type of category. So when I first saw these, probably over a year ago now, I picked up several of these. This one is in the size 10. I thought it was a really cute kind of wedge slip-on slide sandal that could be worn in warmer months. but I have just sat on these for way too long. I still have another one in my closet now. I did sell this though, I think for full asking price of $28. So my net earnings were $22.40. So I was thrilled with that because I sat on this for a long time, and then to get lucky enough to get a full price sale, I was super happy about. I don't know what it is. I think this baby is just a little too basic, which is why I just sat on it for a lot longer than I would have liked. But based on this little experiment and the fact that I still have one in my closet that's been sitting for way too long, going forward, this particular style, I think I'm just not going to pick up anymore. I think these real basic kind of simple styles from Sam Edelman probably isn't worth reselling, honestly. But, you know, lesson learned, and I'm happy that this ultimately sold, and I really hope she enjoyed it. And then I just have one final sale during this stretch on Poshmark, and it's another bread and butter style type of brand, but, you know, something that I definitely wouldn't pick up going forward. So this one was from Steven by Steve Madden. It was a metallic leather sandal that was really strappy, as you can see here, in a size 9. And I did accept a best offer of $19, so my earnings were $15.20. So let me just say, there are so many things wrong with this pickup. I will admit that, embarrassingly enough, this is one of the first shoes I ever sourced when I was thrifting. So I've done this for a handful of years now. So I've sat on these shoes really for that long. It's really embarrassing, but I have. I'm going to be totally transparent and honest. So, I mean, I was happy to move this along finally. I overpaid for this. I didn't make much at all on this shoe. I sat on it for years. And I learned so many lessons from this because it's one of my very first shoes that I thrifted. You know, I thought it was a cute style, Steve Madden. You know, I like Steve Madden. I thought it was a good pickup. It was in pretty good condition as well. The problem is, Steven by Steve Madden, of course, it's kind of their diffusion line, so a little lower end price points just don't command great resale potential. So I don't think I really recognized that back then. Even just standard Steve Madden now, I tend to not pick it up for the same reason. I just think it doesn't command enough of a resale potential, at least to make it worth my time. Because again, as I've said before, as I'm a very part-time reseller, I really have to pick and choose what I do with my time. You know, I have not a whole lot to devote to this, so the spare time that I have to list an item, I want it to be an item that I think I'm going to make a pretty decent profit on. That's kind of the model that I use for my reselling. A lot of people use different models where you could list a whole bunch of lower price items. I think it's also a very great model. However, for me, I just don't have enough time because I'm very, very part-time. So I have to be very choosy in terms of what I list. And this would not make the cut by any means these days. So I was thrilled though that I was able to finally move it along, but you know, lessons learned for me too. Alright, so I have an eBay sale to share with you guys today. And I say just an eBay sale because unfortunately I just have one. My most recent What Sold videos, I did talk about how I have slowly ramped up selling on eBay. I have not listed anything on eBay during this whole stretch, but recently I've been selling more. During this particular stretch, I only sold one item, but again, it was a pretty decent sale, and I've noticed that more on eBay these days, where the sales that I do make actually are higher end sales, where I have a larger profit margin. So I'm definitely happy about that. I have one good sale to share with you guys today, and it's this beautiful J. Crew blazer. It was the J. Crew Herringbone Schoolboy blazer in a size 8. So I love blazers. I need to refresh my closet a little bit more and get different styles, I'll say. But I loved this one. I don't tend to pick up J. Crew, but it was a classic J. Crew line, and the Schoolboy blazer I think is a classic style for J. Crew. So certain items I will still consider like blazers or jackets from J. Crew. So I was happy to pick this up. I ultimately did accept a best offer on eBay of $40 for this particular blazer, which I think was a pretty reasonable offer. I think the buyer actually got a pretty good deal as well on this blazer because it retails for a lot more and it was in excellent condition. So I think this was perfect, obviously, for transitioning into fall weather. Just super versatile. You can dress it up and dress it down. I think it's just a great piece. So I was super happy that I was able to move it along on eBay. Alright guys, so there you have it. Those are all the sales I made on both Poshmark and eBay during this 2-week stretch. So again, as you saw, pretty consistent sales, no major blockbusters this time, but in order to be fully transparent in terms of what I do on eBay and Poshmark, I like to share every single sale with you guys because you can kind of get a sense of how my part-time, hobby is doing these days. I hope you are making amazing sales and that summer slowdown isn't getting you too badly. I will definitely keep you posted over the coming weeks of my ongoing summer sales. As horrible as they may be, I think we can always learn from what sells and what doesn't during all times of year. I hope you're staying safe and healthy. Thanks so much for watching another video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.